Hello, hello, hello. We're back with Flower Kit 2, but there's really not numbers because you don't have to buy them in order. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and I am the owner-operator of the Hardwood Forest, and I make felt flowers. Today, I am going to walk you through one of my felt flower kits, which is the Sweetheart Rose. So here it is. This beauty is all hand cut. So each petal is hand cut and curled and assembled to make the Sweetheart Rose. So when you order your kits, you can order enough materials for 1 flower, 3 flowers, or 9 flowers. Okay, let's discuss the tools that you need for this felt flower kit. So these are tools that are not provided in the kit that you need to have yourself. So as far as scissors go, I suggest having a good pair of shears and snips. If you have one or the other, you can still make this work. A rotary blade, mat, and ruler definitely help keeping your individual pieces squared up and perfect and all the same. Again, you're gonna need needle nose pliers that have a wire cutter and an awl if you can. If you don't have an awl, you can work around it. So don't worry about that one. Glue gun. I really like the Sure Bonder fine tip, high temp glue gun. Make sure you have plenty of glue sticks. Either a metal piece to curl petals. We'll go over that a little bit more later, but obviously not needed. And you're gonna want an iron. All right, let's move on. When you receive your box, let's go over what's in it. It will come with pieces of parchment, a cut guide, a leaf stencil, and a flower-based stencil. It'll come with one 12x9 sheet of felt, and let's see what this one is. 5x12 sheet of green felt for your leaves. It'll also come with one felt ball, one 18 gauge wire, and this is per flower. So if you ordered multiple flowers in your kit, it would have multiple of this set. So one 18 gauge wire per flower and one 22 gauge wire. If you order the cut version, all that's gonna come in your kit, everything will be exactly the same except for your leaves. I can pre-cut your leaves for you, but that's it. This flower is still all hand cut regardless. But this will help save you some time. This is a little bit more intricate cutting, so not a big deal if you wanna save time on that. You're gonna reference our sheet here. We're gonna need to cut out some base shapes. This just helps guide your flower cutting. It helps with keeping them all similar sized. So you're gonna cut 3 2x2 squares, and then you're gonna cut 6 2x2.5 rectangles, 1 little rectangle that is 1 1/4 by 2.5, and then we're gonna cut some smaller ones out here too. So this is 1 1/4 strip, so I cut a little bit off for this one, and then we're gonna cut out this a little bit smaller. So you can do this with your scissors, you can do this with your rotary blade and a ruler, which is what I prefer. It makes it all just clean and easy and perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna cut this down. So we need 6 more of these shapes. So I like to cut it a little bit larger than 1 inch. We're gonna do 6. So this is double. This is 2 sheets of felt at once. So I need to cut this 3 times. Okay, and this is leftover. This kit, you will have a little bit of leftover felt, but that's fine. So if you make a mistake, you can start over. So first thing, what we're gonna do is on here as well, it's gonna show you the general shapes of what we're cutting. So it kind of gives you a little bit of idea, but think flower, think organic, think curves and turns, and if you really look at a flower, how many little divots they have, and like most roses are not perfectly round. First, we're gonna take this 2.5 by 1 1/4 piece. We're going to make let's see if we can get this, kind of like a domed half circle. So you wanna make sure you're going corner to corner to make a shape like this. So if you notice, I'm not going to the very top, not a big deal. If you do, not a big deal. I'll throw that away and we're gonna put this. Next, we're gonna get these smaller pieces. I like to use my snips for this because it's just a little bit smaller. I cut 2 at a time. If you want to cut 1 at a time, it's totally up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. So what I like to do first is cut off 1 corner and make it flat. So I'm cutting off not much at all here. Whoops. Just a little nip off the corner. Follow the guides and then take your time and cut out a shape kind of like this. Slower the better. Don't rush it. You don't want to cut off too much. So you're gonna do this for 6 petals. So cut the corner. And feel free to put some curves in it if you want. That's a little bit of a sharp corner. I don't really like that, so we're gonna kind of cut that off. Got 2 more. Last one. Cut the corner off. So we're using the most out of our felt and going in this direction, more of in a diagonal direction, not a flat direction. This just helps give it the base, and you're just using most of your felt here. I don't like wasting felt. I want to use every little piece. So if you look at this, like as far as your scraps, it's very minimal. Okay, so we'll put that over there. So we've got 6 of those. So this we're gonna take our 2x2 squares. This one's a little bit shorter, not a big deal. We're gonna grab our big scissors this time, and we're gonna do it on the corner again. So we're gonna round 1 corner. This is gonna be our bottom. Kind of come up. This is when we're gonna do, just, you know, give it a little curves and character. So I kind of went in a little bit. So even to give it a little bit more character, I'll kind of make this a little bit of a sharp little corner there. And then we're gonna do that 3 more times. You don't have to make these all the same. You can make them the same, you can change them up, but you're just gonna use as much material as possible. And cut all 3 out. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box below, and I will check that to get to them and answer them best I can. All right, so now we're gonna grab our 2.5 by 2 inch squares. And again, I'm grabbing 2. You can do as you like. Okay, so this time we're not cutting on the diagonal. We're gonna cut on this long side here. We're gonna go, so we're gonna make, like, you know, nice curve. Maybe make a divot right here. Come up and curve it down. So something like that. These ones I like to do in sets of 2 and make each set of 2 a little bit different. So this one will just be a little bit more rounded and down. And this one we'll do another little divot, but we'll do it kind of on the edge. Kind of like right there, and then we'll go up. Like so. All right, we'll get rid of all of our scraps. All right, we're gonna grab our snips again. We're gonna take a little corner, or a little triangle right here out of the middle on each petal. This is the bottom of the petal. You're gonna take out a little bit of a triangle out. You're gonna do that for each petal. And again, I'm grabbing 2 sheets at a time. You don't have to grab 2 sheets. You can do them individually. Do what you feel comfortable with. So also, it's very important to keep everything organized. So keep your petals together. So these are our larger petals, our medium petals, and same with our small, keep them all together. So we're only doing it on these 2, not the small ones. Keep these ones separate. So let's Let's get rid of this. So what I like to do is prep all my petals before I assemble. So we're going to put a little bit of glue, I'll show you with this, right here on this line. A little bit of glue right there. We're gonna fold this side now on top of it and push down. So that is actually making a cone shape, if you can see. So that's giving that like coned wrap around. See how it kind of like wraps up and around? That's what's giving it that shape, is this little cone. So we're gonna do that again with all of the, we're gonna do that again with all of the petals that we took a notch out of. And again, keep them organized, keep them together. If you get a little bit of glue on the back, don't worry about it. It gets buried. I wipe it away with my finger. Remember, it's hot. I have no fingertips anymore. It's not a big deal for me. All right, I'm gonna do it again. And repeat. So the only problem with getting glue on your fingertips is things start sticking to it a lot. Okay. All right. So I really like this flower because it's hand cut, and no flower is gonna be exactly the same. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really like this one. It's very organic, and I mean, really, what rose have you seen that's exactly the same? And that's something to remember too when you're cutting. Oops, there's a little fiber in there I don't like. When you're cutting them, is that they're all organic. Roses all have their own little character, so try not to overthink it. All right, guys, that's the end of this video, but follow along in part 2 to catch the next step.